The first play of Stingley, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be very transparent. I always thought like it didn't compute to me that he was number 4 or number 7. Later in his career, he switched his number. So the first couple plays, I'm like, oh wow, they're actually playing him at safety a lot more than I thought they would be. And then I realized I'm like, he doesn't look like the explosive athlete I heard Stingley was. And I was like, then I look back at the back of the jersey, I was like, that's freaking Grant Delpit, because this is his freshman year. The first like half of this review is his freshman year. Oh yeah, to give you guys what games I watched. Obviously Georgia. Let me just find him in my notes. Wow, where? Okay, sorry. I don't know where he is. Oh, he's right there. Got 1,000 guys in my notes right now from just doing these reviews and moving around and stuff. 6'1", 195. I watched Georgia. I was going to watch Georgia, Oklahoma, and Clemson in his freshman year, but I recorded like 16 plays of this Georgia game. I was like, I can't, because if I'm recording another 16, and it's going to be a 64 play review. If I do Oklahoma too, we're looking at an 80 play review for Stingley. I just can't do it. So I canceled out the Oklahoma game. So Georgia, Clemson, UCLA, and Central Michigan of 2021 of this last season. And then obviously he got hurt at some point in his third game, maybe practice. I'm not sure exactly when he got hurt, but let's get to the first play. Again, he is 24 now, 7 later. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the first 3 minutes of this game till I watched, I was like, wow, he's playing some safety here. But bottom of the screen. Now he's in a deep fourth, so he's in a bail, and in terms of getting his eyes on the receiver, obviously good. The bail, I'm okay with. He's a little bit inside to be letting him attack his blind spot, but his fluidity and his quickness to get his eyes back on the receiver, get into the hip, get hands on. You're seeing the movement skills. Movement skills popped up first, where he, for 6'1", 195, it has some elite strength, some elite movement. So here in the bail, again, good balance in it. Not crossing crossing his feet a little bit, but not overly. And as soon as the receiver starts to attack that blind spot, okay, he's committing deep. I'm going to commit deep with him, and you're going to see him, turn on the jets there and run with him. And when I first watched this, it's like one of the first plays of the game, and I was watching Delpit. I was like, I don't. So moving on. I got to reorganize again. All right, patient. Let's see. Some of his press ability, when he wants it, it's pretty absurd. He plays in no man's land a little bit too much for me. Off the top of my head, a little bit more consistently playing no man's land in junior season than in this season. This season, he's getting more shuffles in, being a little more aggressive with his press, but his press is good, man. That is for sure. Here again, do I want to seem a little bit tighter to the line of scrimmage? Sure, I do. But with that being said, one, the stance is good. You're seeing knee bend. I want to see his hands a little bit higher, which he did better in his junior year. But balance, very patient at the line with the receiver stemming towards him. Gets a shuffle in, hands on that shoulder, that inside shoulder, pops it up, fights to maintain that contact. You're gonna see him as soon as he kind of disengages, get hands on again, and then he's gonna run with them. And as soon as he can, stack and get his eyes back to the ball. The receiver obviously slows down, but he's squeezed him to the sideline. And if the ball is coming there, he's going to feel it out, and he's most likely going to deflect it or pick it because his ball skills are pretty damn good. But really, a really good press rep right there from him. Really good. Depending on how his injuries come back, man, you could. I was definitely impressed. Sting squeeze, okay, right here. Obviously, again, that 2.25 yards off, a little bit sketchy for me. I don't love it. I like the stance. You can tell his eyes are consistently low. He's not falling for a lot of head fakes. He's again, say it all the time, hips don't lie, the head does. He follows those hips. Again, we're talking about patience at the line of scrimmage. And he didn't catch that ball. Well, he did, but it was out of bounds. But again, what are we seeing? eyes are low, stems outside with just a quick skip release outside. He, based on the receiver's movements, shuffles outside, gets another shuffle in, hands on, two hands, which is okay. If you're opening two hands is okay. Two hands, I don't ever love two hands unless you're going to be really aggressive with it. But if you're starting to open with the two hands, it's kind of more of a soft two hand punch to contain them. Whereas if you're square, when you're square and you're throwing two hands, it really locks you. But if you're already committing to the outside, it's not going to be as detrimental with the two hands because you're already committing to it. So you're kind of just going all out with that open. So two shuffles in, 1, 2, open, hands on. Now you're seeing him fight to maintain that contact with that outside or with his left hand. Squeeze him to the sideline, squeeze him to the sideline, squeeze him to the sideline. You see obviously his ability to run. Squeeze him, squeeze him, squeeze him. And now he squeezes him so much that he looks back for the ball. When you're this tight, you could look back for the ball and play the ball instead of play the receiver. Obviously it depends on how far you enter the route and how far, like if you can feel that he's going up for the ball, if you could feel him going up for the ball at this point, if he's starting to gear down and look back for the ball, his hands are starting to raise, okay, then play through the receiver. But if you feel him still running, okay, play back to the ball. So he does that, and he squeezes him so tight to the sideline that he catches it, but he's not able to catch the ball in bounds. So let's watch it again. Really, really good press up again. There's a reason you're watching this as a freshman. People are like, "Holy shit!" Like he deserves it, you know. Unfortunately, he couldn't necessarily follow it. Both injuries and some people think of play, and I tend to agree with that. You know, the play was good. It wasn't elite. To me, where some of this stuff for a freshman is elite. Off coverage right here, bottom of the screen. Let me move this. Again, so he's playing, again, soft coverage. Now, you don't want guys who are completely who are going to play an off coverage and just get into a full back pedal. You want to take some of those read steps, those 2-3 read steps. Guys will read the quarterback. Some guys don't read the quarterback. They're not as comfortable. They'll read the receiver. They'll see the stem. Is he choking up on the stem? Is he starting to stand up? Is he full down, selling in that drive phase or actually in that drive phase to run deep? So I like the patience of it here. The only thing I will say is the feet are a little bit clunky here. You'd see it's a little bit more like hops. It's a very small critique. Doesn't really matter right now. And again, NFL, that little stuff matters. So while he is balanced, he is over the knees. Again, a little bit clunky with that footwork, but you're seeing him read that the receiver, be super, super patient, feel that break coming, see that break coming. Obviously, he's starting to shorten his stride and kind of beat that drum, like people say. He's starting to beat that drum, shorten that stride. He feels that break. Okay, he's leaning outside. Throw that quarter step, boom. Knows he's breaking outside, so he's going to take a good angle to cut him off. He's not breaking to where he is. He's breaking to where he's going. Obviously, an outside breaking route, he's going to the outside. And obviously, if you were to run a double move and you're taking an aggressive angle towards him, if you're not able to kind of get to that shoulder when he's breaking back up the field, you're going to get screwed. So take a more conservative angle to get over the top. Does that. Again, good angle. Get hands on. And now, hands on, eyes back to the ball. Why? So you can jump it. When you're this tight, you're able to look back to the ball and jump it like that. If you have that angle, he has that angle, and obviously the ball is so far outside that he tries to get the hand on, but he's either going to pick that, tip it, or it's incomplete. There's nothing else that's going to happen there. So that is really, really good off coverage in terms of being patient with his feet. Again, feet could be a little bit more, a little bit better in terms of not being so kind of hoppy and clunky, but he's still over them enough where he can obviously set his feet in the dirt, and you're seeing a really, really good break. Again, consider that he's 6'1", almost 200 pounds. His ability to drive on that ball, to drive on that route is really, really good. Moving on, fifth play. Sting no man jump split. Okay, so again, this is what we're talking about. Him being like that 2 yards off the receiver, and the ball is at the 44. So it's not like he can get completely on the guy because he's on the 43. He's on the line of scrimmage. So you wanted to see him press as much as he possibly can on this one. Get that 2 yards off. It's detrimental to you being able to get hands on and if you're playing in press and you really can't get hands on, doesn't matter if it's aggressively or in soft shoe. I don't love no man's land catch. So that's just a personal preference. I know that's, again, doing a lot of shows with Marcus, who I've got to get back on the show soon. Definitely soon. Maybe with him, we could do like a mashup, like watch like 5 plays of Stingley, 5 plays of McDuffie, 5 plays of Hamilton, 5 of Sauce. Maybe do something like that. That's maybe not a bad idea. Or just get him on a live stream. You guys can bullshit with them. So, which might be, it might be better for you guys. So top, you're gonna see him jump split. So feet are gonna spread. He's probably gonna sit down. And even sometimes when I'm seeing him jump split, again, there's a really bad plays. There's obviously, there's almost everything. There's like absolutely dreadful jump split, and then there's ones that are a little bit bad. But when you're jump splitting, you're sitting back and your weight's going back on your heels versus jump split, but you're still, nice leverage. Your chest is up. You have that arch in your back. Your chest is still, over your toes. Your knees are over your toes. Okay, not as bad as sit back jump split. So let's see how bad it is. Again, the worst jump split in the world? No, it's not, because yes, he jump splits, but again, the posture is still very, very good. But when you're jump splitting like that, obviously your feet aren't in they're not as conducive to being able to cut. And you're seeing him kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not be able to get inside as easy. That's not the word I'm looking for. Obviously that's a phrase, but with that jump split, it's going to make it a little bit harder for you to get lateral. So hard for him to get lateral. And again, no man's land. If he just stems you, you're in a jump split. He has that room vertically to you. You can see right there that's hard to get hands on. And when you're jump splitting and going to throw 2 hands, now your hips are locked. That's a really hard position to recover back inside. Now, does his athletic ability allow him to turn and get hands on to that upfield shoulder and almost play that ball? Or sort of play it, yes, but he still gets beat on that route. Why? The jump split, the no man's land. Press. The next 3 plays, press, press, press. So, sorry. Again, mention it. No man's land, not loving that. That's something that definitely you want to fix, and that's something that Tony Oden would fix if he was on the Jets. So top of the screen. All right. Now again, the thing is with him, like if you're a guy who's not patient, playing a no man's land is really, really going to screw you. If you are patient.